Liam Nicholson asks, how is Fury boycotting the UK? And that is our cue to go into what essentially is the last topic for discussion. And ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find. Okay, so Fury threatens to continue career in the US, turns away from the UK. Tyson Fury has threatened that he will never box in the UK again as he turns his attention to continuing his career in the United States. The former unified world heavyweight champion is penciled in to face penciled? That better be a pen, big boys boxing. That better be a penciled in to face WBC King Deontay Wilder next February in a rematch of their enthralling 2018 draw, providing Wilder comes through his rematch with Cuban veteran Luis Ortiz on November the 23rd at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. In the first bout, Fury was floored twice dramatically climbed off the canvas following a heavy knockdown in the final round. Although the 31-year-old outboxed Wilder for large portions of the contest, says the writer. Okay. A co-promotional deal with Las Vegas-based promoter Top Rank has seen Fury play out 2019 in the United States with victories over Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin in Las Vegas. Also this month, he made his wrestling debut in the WWE Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia with a victory over pro wrestling star Braun Strowman. In a recent interview, Fury also teased a willingness to get into mixing. Anyway, forget about that from UFC. More tellingly, Fury told the Sunday Times that he feels unappreciated in his own homeland, indicating that his future as a boxer will continue to be on U.S. soil. They had their chance. They didn't treat me well, said Fury. Over here in the United States, I get treated like a superstar. Fury's autobiography, Behind the Mask, comes out next week, while UK television channel ITV will air a 4-part documentary entitled Meet the Furies. Now watch that. That'll be interesting. Nevertheless, he insists he has no interest in fame and labels such endeavors as simply being part of the job. It's really not what I'm after. It's strictly business. I made Meet the Furies so people could see the real Tyson Fury. I hate fame. When I got to a big city, it's just a nightmare, torture. Honestly, the only bit I enjoy is going to the gym. That's what makes me happy. Everything else is just what I've got to do. Okay, so Fury says that he feels unappreciated in his homeland. They had their chance. They didn't treat me well. Over here in the United States, I get treated like a superstar. And then he goes on to say, I don't like fame. Seems like a contradiction to me. They don't treat me well, whereas over in the States, I get treated like a superstar. But I don't like fame. Big Boys Boxing. Your
contradiction much?
Seems like correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a contradiction. I don't like fame. And when I get to a big city, it's a nightmare on the one hand. So that's the I don't like fame bit. But then over in America, they treat me like a superstar,
And he likes that, by the sounds of it.
and he
That's
liked
fame.
that, and he liked that. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Do you want fame, or do you not want fame?
Well, unfortunately, as well, he talks about it's just business. The business that he's included himself in is giving himself notoriety and fame. That's part of the business. If he doesn't like it, bugger off.
If you don't like fame, why are you singing a number one? Why are you singing a song with Robbie Williams for Christmas? A Christmas song for Robbie Williams. If you don't like fame,
What was the whole point of the WWE match? To get more fame so he can get more money in his next fight.
oh my gosh, Tyson Fury is a paradox. He
He's a dosser.
he contradicts himself with every sentence. I don't like fame. When I get to a big city, it's a nightmare. On the one hand, on the other hand, in the UK, they mistreated me. They didn't treat me well. In the USA, I get treated like a superstar.
Well, you do hear a lot of negative comments coming out about Tyson Fury out of America as well.
Yeah.
You know, they call him a big ducking fat cokey. So, you know, and there's a lot of people who travel to America to support him from the UK.
Yeah.
You know, in that first Wilder fight, there would have been at least 50% of the people there were from the UK.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's shitting on the people that got him to where he is, that helped him get the notoriety that he needed to get that Wilder fight in the first place.
Has he subsequently become bitter because he's not getting UK support for his Otto Wallin and Tom Schwartz fights? I mean, with the low ticket sales, people clearly aren't traveling to see him.
No, not at all. But, you know, prior to the Deontay Wilder fight, there was 2 really crap fights. They were in the UK.
Yeah.
And who filled up the stadiums?
Yeah, that's
UK
true.
fans.
UK fans. Yeah. I don't know if Fury's a little bit sour that it's been proven that he can't sell if he's fighting crap opponents.
Yeah.
In the US of A. In the US of A. It must be a sweet deal. It must be a sweet deal because he's not selling tickets, but he's maintaining that he's better off over there. So it must be a sweet deal because over in the UK you could sell in between 20 and 30,000 tickets. Over in the US he's selling between 3,000 and 5,000, 5,500 tickets. They seem happy over there. That would indicate that he's getting paid over there. He's getting well paid. But I don't think he's boosting his boxing reputation by fighting the caliber of opponents that he's fighting.
Yeah, well, maybe he would have done better financially if he had have got the fights when he was fighting in the UK to pull in the big numbers.
Yeah.
But if he's getting paid better in the US, well, it's his choice. If he wants to shit on his old fans, that's his problem. Excuse the language.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if that's what he wants to do, that's what the man wants to do. That's what the man wants to do. What do we have here? We have David Mason. Was it that Fury got peed off with the fans turning against him when he got caught juicing? That's a question.
Quite possibly, you know, there was some negativity. Is it him deep down trying to blame his UK fans for his mental illness even? I don't know.
Shifting the blame from himself onto others. I mean, if it's down to people not traveling to see him, then that's his choice to fight the caliber of opponent that he's fighting. I'm assuming he has a say so. Knowing Tyson Fury is very hands-on with his career, I don't think he'd just turn his career over to other people. So I'm assuming he has a say so on who he fights, and he's gone with low-hanging fruit. I mean, Eddie Hearn did say that the reason he didn't sign him was because Fury didn't want decent caliber opponents in his comeback. He could accept one low-hanging fruit, one mid-tier fruit, but he was looking at Dillian White in his third fight. It was a 4-fight contract, and Anthony Joshua in his fourth. And he said that Tyson wasn't down with that. He wanted bombs, and then maybe one step-up fight in the fourth fight. Of course, that didn't work out that way with under Frank Warren. The Deontay Wilder possibility came about, and Tyson felt, he was up for it, and he was the one allegedly who approached Wilder. So obviously he saw some frailties in Wilder that he felt, or some flaws in Wilder that he felt he could exploit. And it turned out the way it turned out.
Yeah. Well, for UK fans, I'd suggest don't pay too much attention to it. The moment Tyson Fury signed with Top Rank, the realistic chances of him fighting in the UK went down considerably anyway. So,
yeah,
I don't think there's too much more to this. Just enjoy his fights, support him when you can, and ignore the. Take it with a grain of salt, man. Take most things with a grain of salt from Tyson Fury.
Take it with a big pinch of salt, perhaps a thimbleful. Okay, so David, yes, Scott 70 writes, David, yes, the same Fury that gave the story to the Daily Record that he was living off benefits and handouts. Okay. Well, need to take that with a grain of salt as well. Maybe a thimbleful. A northern accent, yes. Rafi's northern accent. I work on it on a regular basis. Whenever Tyson Fury comes up, I always try to do my Manchester accent. It's a bit hit or miss, but I try my best. Okay. Sounds like Fury's biggest fight will be when his career is over. Well, yeah, I mean, for boxers, that is their biggest fight. Generally speaking, for boxers, their biggest fight comes when their career is over. A lot of them go into depression. I personally know a boxer who retired and killed himself. There's something about boxing. There's something about the adrenaline. There's something about brain damage. Something about the combination of the concussions to the head and retiring and missing the buzz, the high. It can be a very tragic story for many boxers. Not all. I know some who have made a good crack of life after boxing, but there is certainly a thing. There is certainly a thing about retired boxers. There is certainly a thing, and I think the head concussions play a part in that. Big boys boxing.
Definitely. It's that addiction. It's a lifestyle change, and some guys don't take it too well. It's like a drug. They need to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again, and we've seen guys ruin their legacies doing so. Like Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, big example.
So, it's sad, but it's one of the facts of boxing.
Facts of boxing. I think it could be a bit worrying because he said he was not respected properly and he beat Vlad and started to get depressed. Yeah. That is a story which has gone around. Fury didn't get depressed, he just went on a bender. Oh dear. Came down too hard. Never thought of that, Scott, but you might have a point there. What goes up must